Hey veggie friends, I've been teasing this for a while and it's finally time to tell you what the heck I'm doing on Weight Watchers. Hey everybody, this is Liz from Veggie Every Day, helping out vegetarians, those who love them, and those who are curious or just want to eat a little less meat. I have been doing Weight Watchers since early February, and I've kind of dropped hints and whatnot. And some of you said you wanted to hear about how I was doing it and how I was doing, so let's go. So we're kicking it a little old school today. This is where I started out my YouTube channel, in my living room, and where I used to shoot all my videos. So I thought we'd sit down here and have a little chat from here today. Also, it's why I started the channel. I lost 32 pounds and I've always found that as a vegetarian, like it's hard for me anyway to lose weight and to figure out what to focus on and how to do it. And so I wanted to share my knowledge as well as just like general vegetarian stuff because people are always asking me questions. So we're right back here. So let me give you a little bit of background. So in 2018, I lost 32 pounds. And it was awesome and I felt great. And I, in 2019, started the channel in January and then continued to lose weight. And then I went to New Orleans to see my brother. And I didn't do too bad there, but I got back and it was appreciation week for our department or something at work. And it was just food everywhere all week. And I gained like 5 pounds. And I struggled with that 5 and 10 pounds for the whole rest of last year. Like I didn't like gain back all 30, but I was between 5 and 10 pounds up for the rest of the year and I just couldn't get myself back on track. And I'm telling you this because I'm human and nobody's perfect and I still have about 50 pounds to go. I'm very tall. So if you think I'm crazy when I say that, some people do think that. I'm 5'10", right? So I started out 250 at my highest. I got down to about 210, 211, 212, something like that. And then the end of last year, I was back up at like 220. So in February, I decided to join Weight Watchers. So how is it going? Very slow because I'm a cheater and I like to break the rules. But on the program, I'm down about 14 pounds and don't try to do all that math, but basically like now I'm at like 210. So overall, like over the course of my whole journey, which is over 2 years, I guess. Yeah. Hey, they say if you drop it slow, you keep it off longer, right? And that's the long-term goal. Like, let's get to a healthy weight, stay there forever. That's the plan. So 40 pounds total is where I'm at. And like I said, I still have like 50 pounds to go to 5'10", 160 is, gonna be a good weight for me. So let's dig into the plan a little bit. So first of all, I've had 2 separate people say to me, I tried it a long time ago, but I just can't keep up with what's going on now, right? Well, I did Weight Watchers very, very briefly back in, I don't even know when. It was with a friend. And I was skinny at the time, tapi 2008. And I didn't pay that close of attention, honestly. I went to the meetings, I kind of tried, whatever, but I didn't have that much to lose, so I wasn't that invested. But I do remember there being books and handouts and like checking and all that stuff. I'll tell you what, it's so freaking easy now because you just take the app, you scan the barcode or you search for it. It's very similar to MyFitnessPal and tells you where you're at, right? And gives you the points. I used to do MyFitnessPal. If you watch like my very, very first video, that's how I lost the first 32 pounds. But it really started to stress me out because I felt like my protein was never high enough and it was, just wasn't working for me anymore. So I decided to do Weight Watchers and it is working for me and I like it. Now let me tell you what's not working for me. I tried to do the purple plan. So the way they have it set up is they have a green plan, a blue plan, and a purple plan. Green plan is like, okay, so the difference between the plans is the number of foods that are 0 points that are free. And if you have more free foods, then you get less daily points. And so I decided to try purple because I found out that beans and whole wheat pasta were 0 point foods on the purple plan. And I was just like, whoa, right? I only ended up on the purple plan for 2 weeks because I can't be trusted. I cannot be trusted with unlimited pasta, even if it is whole wheat. I don't give a crap. No, no, no. So on the purple plan, just to give you reference, I got 16 points a day because so many things were 0 points. And also like air pop popcorn, beans, like everything I love was unlimited. So I was like, yeah, no. I didn't gain, but I sure as heck didn't lose. So I switched to the green, which is the most strict plan, which apparently I just need some structure. And I get 33 points a day. And basically the things that are 0 points are fruits and vegetables. That's pretty much it. But it does include like starchier like bananas, but it doesn't include like potatoes or your really starchy vegetables. Corn, I don't think. Blue is like the middle of the road, which I haven't done, but I guess that's what the plan before they went to this one, that's what this one was based on. Okay, as far as what I'm doing, I'm just doing the digital membership. I do not go to meetings, which right now, I believe with COVID, they're like virtual anyway, but I just didn't feel like I needed that. And there's extra things you can access like coaching, but I think it's an additional fee. I pay $20 a month, easy peasy. It includes tons of recipes. You get points for, tracking for activity, for those kind of things, which I use my points to get some free stuff in the Weight Watchers store. Which they have a bunch of like protein bars and snacks and those kind of things. And let me get into that. So I always thought that's a crock. Like obviously that's a way for them to make more money. And those things are kind of overpriced. At the same time, you're paying for convenience, right? So the snack bars, the protein bars, those kind of things are very good. They're kind of like tiny little protein bars. I mean, they're teeny. They're like maybe this big. But if you really look at how the nutrition of a protein bar plays in your whole day, like I think I had some Lara bars, or I don't remember what they were, but they were 9 points and I get 33 a day. And I'm like, I just don't want to spend that much on a snack bar, So these bars, they have 2-point bars. There's a chocolate pretzel one, chocolate mint, all sorts, and they're really, really good. The other thing I like is they have snacks that the bags are 2 or 3 points. Like you can get tortilla chips, salt and vinegar chips, mac and cheese sticks. Those ones are okay. Like I didn't think they were that great, but if you really want a salty crunch, like wouldn't you rather get a bag of that stuff that's like 2 points than go shove your face full of Cheetos, which I don't even know how many points you're blowing on that, but I'm sure it's not good. I have a secret love of Cheetos. It's sad. And Fruity Pebbles. These are like my childhood like faux pas. Cheetos and Fruity Pebbles. Anyway, so I guess my review on that's kind of mixed. Like if you're really, really struggling with portion control, I think they're a really good option to squeeze in some low point things when you really want a snack. Okay, so the next thing is, how am I doing this in quarantine? It's really easy for me because I don't have kids. I don't have a spouse who's, bringing in terrible things to influence me or whatnot. I see all these posts about everybody's eating down the house and eating so much food. And I'm really like, maybe it's a mental thing, but I'm like, I want to be that kid who came back in high school after the summer and lost all the baby fat and just like, everybody's like, damn, you look awesome. That's what's motivating me. I know it's sad, but I want to feel good. And my 40th birthday is coming up real quick. And I just want to be healthy and happy, And so that's what's keeping me going. I love working from home, by the way. And I walk almost every day over lunch, which is super awesome that I can do that now where I work. It's downtown. I don't really like walking around downtown. And also it's hard to get like a long walk in because you have all the stoplights and whatever. And we have a fitness center at work. But the thing is, I get sucked into work and then I ended up not going a lot of the time. And I've gotten so good about just like, nope, turn it off, go take your walk, take your lunch, because you're home all day and you need that break. And sometimes one day a week I'll mow, and I'll count that as my exercise. Another thing that's been really helpful to me is challenges, because you have that support, right? So I have a friend who I do Fitbit challenges with pretty much every weekday, And that has been really helpful. And then also, I'm doing another diet bet, which I don't get too far into the weeds as far as, like the message posts and that kind of thing. But I'm feeling really motivated right now. Like if I get to a point where I feel like I need that connection, I need that motivation, I think that's a great resource too. And also just that accountability of the weekly check-in and the end check-in. If you're not familiar with Diet Bet, you bet a certain amount. Like on this one I'm doing right now is a 4-week challenge. It's $35 and you're trying to lose, I think it's 4% of your body weight. Anyway, they give you a goal weight, like you do an initial weigh-in and they give you a goal weight, and then you're working toward that, and then you win a piece of pot if you hit your goal. And for me, I have a birthday trip coming up soon, so perfect timing, right? Really getting that, last thing in before the trip, because my brother is threatening to feed me like every fatty food on the planet while I'm there, and I'm kind of nervous about it. Anyway, so if you're the kind of person who does not have a lot of support around you, or like you have friends or a spouse or whoever who are just have a naturally awesome metabolism, which is super frustrating because I've been there. The Weight Watchers app, the Doing a Diet Bet are awesome support. Like they have communities, they have groups, they have message boards. Also, free, because I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not an affiliate for any of these people. I'm not making anything off of any of this. I'm just telling you what works for me. Spark People is a free one, or Live Strong. Like there's like a million. The MyFitnessPal, I believe, has communities and articles where you can connect with people. You can connect with your friends. On MyFitnessPal, I have done that and cheer each other on when you're losing weight, when you're getting activity in, all those things. So, that has been the other thing. I have been connecting. It's cute because when you put it out there, your intention, I'm trying to be healthier. And it doesn't have to be like, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds, which I'm shameless. I tell you everything. But some people are more private. So if you just put it out there, like, I'm trying to be healthier, or I'm trying to have healthier habits, or whatever it is, people pick up on that and they connect to you. So I regularly have 3 or 4 coworkers that I touch base with on these things, like, hey, I'm getting my walk in today, or how are you going? How's your morning walks? Are you getting those in? Are you making time for those? And it's not a judgmental thing. It's a total support thing because you share a common goal and you can connect on it, and it's really nice. And especially with us all working virtually now, it's a nice way for us to connect on something positive, which I love. Okay, so here's the secret sauce for me. I have to tell you, not endorsed by Weight Watchers. They probably would hate the shit I'm about to tell you because I don't do what they tell me to do. But I'm still losing weight because I'm doing my way, and that's that, right? Okay, first thing is, I told you a long time ago, I'm really good at calling myself out on my own bullshit, by the way. And I'm not saying I'm full of crap. I'm just saying I changed my mind, all right? So I used to wing it. Always. I used to wing my meal planning all the time because it was just too stressful for me to plan ahead, like make a week's full of meals or whatever. And I still don't do that. What I do though is sometimes I'll plan ahead the next day's meals worth of points, or the that night when I'm running low. Let me back up. Okay. For me right now, my trigger point tends to be work. And when I get stressed out, I'm a stress eater. So I try to plan ahead for what I'm going to eat during the day during work, so that if I have something frustrating happen and I haven't planned what I'm going to eat, I don't just go, whatever, and just blow the shit out of my points, right? For me, this used to be social situations because I'm having fun, and I tend to eat too much when I have fun, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, we're at the bowling alley, let's get those awesome breadsticks, cheese sticks, whatever. But now, obviously, things are closed, so right now for me, work is kind of where it's happening, so I try to plan ahead. And then, like I said, at night, I don't just grab whatever and eat it, because, that's not gonna work, right? So I'll think about what ingredients I have, do a plan. If that doesn't work, I'm like, oh, adjust it. And that may be cutting 2 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon. That may mean, oh, this plan doesn't work at all. Let's eat something else, you know. I changed a lot. And then the other thing I did recently is I set general guidelines for myself based on my preferences. So 33 points a day, right? My preference is that I like to snack. My preference also is that I like to have my heaviest meal at dinner because I feel like I'm getting a treat. And because of that, I structured out my points basically to be like the least amount of points is for breakfast, because honestly, I'm happy having like a banana and that's 0 points. So I think for breakfast, I allocated like 0 to 5 points. And then same for snack, a little more for lunch, and most of my points to dinner. And I made them ranges because it's silly. You can't say I'm gonna have exactly 12 points for dinner every night. That's too rigid and would get too hard to accommodate that. I'm also trying to use up the stuff in my fridge. So you're never gonna have the exact amount of points, right? So I did ranges. So if you're a like huge breakfast fanatic, right? You can allocate it that way. Be like, I'd like to do the majority. Maybe I'll do 10 to 15 points at breakfast and less throughout the day. Whatever floats your boat, I don't care. But for me, I find it helpful because I don't want to blow all my points at breakfast when I don't really care about breakfast that much. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's one thing. And here's where I completely break the rules. This goes back to why I walk every day and why I work out so much. So you get fit points. I don't use my fit points because I don't want to count my alcohol. I don't. And so the first couple weeks I tried, and I would blow through my points so fast because a glass of wine is like 4 points. And you get, just to explain, you get, on top of your daily points, you get 42 that you can spread out throughout the week that are extra. And I think 42 is standard for everybody. The daily is different depending on how much you have to lose and how much you weigh currently. I used to have 34, 35, but since I've started to lose weight, now I'm 33. And so I try to get a boatload of fit points so I don't have to count my alcohol. That's just what I do. Okay, it's working. Shh, don't tell my watchers. Okay, I don't think there's any plan, purple, green, blue, where alcohol is like free points, FYI. So next thing I do is I don't have fuck it days anymore. Okay, I used to have a day or a night during the week where I'd say, I don't care, I'm not gonna count points, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. It's gonna be an effort. Every single time I did that, I completely screwed myself. And I'm not saying I don't still go over my points because it happens. It's, you know, we're just following up on Memorial Day weekend and I ate a little more than I should. I think I went over by like 50 points for the whole week. But I counted that. You know why? Because if I hadn't, if I just allowed myself to eat whatever I wanted and not counted, I probably would have gone over by 150 because I'm so capable of that. And I'm still losing. And so I gotta tell you, like, doing it my way is slower because I'm not following all the rules and I'm not doing it perfect. But for me, it's doable because if I followed everything to a T and I tried to keep under the points and within the alcohol and all that stuff, I get so frustrated and I just give up because I am very much right brain, very much type B. I don't want to be boxed in, right? But I also want to lose weight. So this is how I'm doing it my way and it's working for me, albeit slowly, but that's okay with me. You know, my friend pointed out to me, you know, if you lost 12 pounds, which I did in like 3 months, he was like, you know, it's still like a pound a week. He goes, that's normal, good progress. And I was like, yeah, I pressure myself, like you should be losing at least 2 pounds a week, you know, but it's still good. So I'm going to get there and I'm going to get to my goals and I'm liking the Weight Watchers. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing it. Okay, a couple other tips I have for you. Keep fresh fruit on hand because there's 0 points, right? So it's a great snack. I do apples a lot. Right now I have strawberries and bananas. Just do it. It really helps. I believe that once I get down lower, like when I only have like 10 pounds left to lose, something like that, I'll probably have to do less fruit because it really, I think when you don't have that much to lose, it can affect. But when you still got a long way to go, do that fruit, man. Like, do the 0 points. You're good. Another thing is find ways to make veggies interesting, because most of those are 0 points, and a lot of the things you can do with them. For example, one of my favorites is doing green beans. I'll either do frozen. I've done this with frozen, I've done this with fresh, and I've done it with the canned, like French green beans. Just mix it with mustard, garlic, and a little bit of lemon juice. And it sounds weird as hell, but it's really tasty, I promise. And you can even like throw some almonds on, like a tablespoon of almonds. Not a lot, you don't even need a lot. And then you got an interesting veggie right there. Roast up some tomatoes. You know, just find what works for you, because I personally do not like raw veggies. Like those people that sit and, you know, eat celery and broccoli, I have to dip in ranch if I'm gonna eat it raw. So me, I'm a cooked veggie girl. So whatever works for you, you definitely, the point thing kind of forces you to be better about doing fruits and veggies, which I appreciate for sure. Another thing is look at multiple sources for recipes. Like if you're not really creative in the kitchen, you can definitely find stuff in the Weight Watchers app if you're doing it, obviously. But there's tons on Pinterest, and there's tons if you just Google Weight Watchers recipes. A lot of them I found are not under myWW, like the new name, it's still under Weight Watchers. But anything specific you can, you know, look up. Weight Watchers vegetarian, Weight Watchers dinner recipes, Weight Watchers easy recipes. Like there's tons of stuff out there. So just try to find, you know, what you're gonna like. And you can even do like Weight Watchers recipes with Greek yogurt, with edamame, like whatever you have in your fridge. Like that works. There is a recipe for almost everything, I promise. And if there's something you're looking for, comment below and we'll make one up. I like creating recipes. Hey, why not? You know? Speaking of recipes, you can find mine at veggieeveryday.com. Please go check it out. And in the vegetarian food group on Facebook, which is no judgment group, you don't have to be a vegetarian to be part of it. Lots of vegetarian food ideas and recipes and sharing and that kind of thing going on in there, and I'll put the links down below. The last thing I want to recommend too is do your measurements monthly. I, like I said, have been losing slowly, but I've lost like 4 inches in my booty, which is so cool when you see that and you're like, no, really? And you go back and you check the measurement and you're like, yeah, okay. And you can measure whatever you want. I used to work at a weight loss center back in the day, so I do like everything. I do my neck, my arm, my ankles, my thighs, my stomach, my midsection, my everything. But I would recommend doing monthly, because you'll see changes there where even if you're not dropping weight, you're probably losing inches, and you can see it in your clothes and feel it in your clothes, which I've started to fit into things that have not fit in a long time, which I'm super excited about. Okay, so I will keep you tuned going forward if I discover new things, or just if you want to hear about my progress, let me know. You know, please ring the bell down below and subscribe if you want to be notified of our next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time at Veggie Every Day.